Hey, this is Brandy, and I just wanted to give some helpful hints for all the new foster families that are coming in our area. Just some ideas for their friends and churches. Um, just some things that have been helpful for us. I know one of my most favorite gifts I ever gotten from someone was something as simple as bottles. And I don't even think they were new bottles. She just brought me a big bag of bottles with different sizes and different types for our baby. Because when you get a new baby, you don't know exactly what they'll like at first. So it's really helpful to have different types. Another helpful hint is to make them a meal or a dinner. When you first get a foster kid, your day is pretty much chaos. First, you're cleaning your house to get it ready. Second, you're trying to make a bed for a new kid. Sometimes you don't even have the bed. You have to ask friends and family to provide the bed, or you just have to go to Walmart and buy a crib and a crib mattress. I I really thought we were prepared one time for anything. I had a crib, I had a toddler bed, I had everything. And then we've got two babies at the same time, and we had to have two cribs at the same time. So we had to go to Walmart, just like real quick, and buy a crib. So, you know, having food for your growing family at that time would be really helpful. Um, some more things that would be helpful is just spending time with the foster family. I know one of my foster family friends told me that sometimes this ministry is very lonely. There's not as many people that will hang out with you if you have 3 to 8 children at a time. She told me, one day I was feeling so lonely, and then I saw your name pop up on my phone, and she said, it's just like God knew that I needed someone to talk to me at that very moment. And I think she was going to court, and her husband had to go with her. And she just needed someone. She didn't have a plan. She had actually asked everyone to babysit, and there was no one to babysit. So I just offered, you know, just as any good friend would do, but it meant more to her at that moment because she was in a time of crisis. She didn't know how to remedy the situation where they both could go to court. So that's another thing you could do. You could offer to babysit while foster families go to court. So just pitching in when you can is really helpful. Another way to help out is providing diapers and wipes. I know we diaper 3 kids right now, and we have friends that have diapered more than 3 at a time. Some of us use cloth diapers to kind of cut down on the expense because I've done a lot of research on diapering kids, and it's anywhere from like 14 cents to 25 cents a diaper depending on what brand you buy, and some babies have to have the more expensive brands due to diaper rash. We actually there's been some diaper drives at some churches, and that's been really helpful for some of the foster families. Some schools have actually done some diaper drives, and that's been great. So that's one idea. So a lot of people don't know, but we actually buy our laundry soap in a 5-gallon bucket. We have 8 children in our home and 2 adults, so we have 10 people in our house. So we are constantly doing laundry, and it's really crazy. We go to like the old Walmart parking lot and set an arrangement with this lady who sells us soap for like $35 for a 5-gallon bucket of soap. And that's so crazy to, think of something so simple as laundry soap. Something that you can just go buy at Walmart, right? So a lot of people coupon and can be very helpful to foster families by couponing and helping with some of their expenses, or even just going and buying things for, you know, foster families. I know, like I said, this is kind of a lonely ministry because we're all just kind of out. with our 5 to 8 kids. You know, we go to the zoo and everyone looks at us, and we go to school functions and maybe all our kids don't match, and we get questions about how they got to our families, and I think that's one of the most trying things. So if you could just reach out, and it doesn't have to be anything, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Just a little note that says, hey, I'm with you, I support you and what you're doing. I'm thinking about your family. We pray about your family, those kind of things. Just a little uplifting is really great. Another thing is when you find out a family has a new placement, you might ask the sizes, because there's a lot of people that have just clothes that they're just stockpiling that they would like to give to someone who could use it. So, like, say that you have a kid that wears like a size 6, and you just post on Facebook, hey, does anybody have any size 6 jeans? You don't have to say who it's going to or what it's going to. You might personal message someone and say, hey, you know, such and such got a new foster. Can you please just see if you have any clothes? But don't do that publicly. But you can post publicly, hey, does anyone have any size 6 jeans? And people are usually really gracious to help you with that. And then I know one of my favorite things from one of my really great uncles. We had gotten a kid on a Saturday night at like 9 o'clock, and we didn't even know he was coming. And we didn't even have anything for him to wear to church. My uncle, we finally got together a few things for him to wear to church. And then when I got to church, my uncle, he just slipped me just a little money, and he said, go buy that boy some jeans. Now, that meant the most to me, because it meant that he was with me and that he was for what we were doing in our family. So I'm gonna kind of tie it up here and say that if you can do anything for foster families, it could just be a note. It can just be a kind word. Just know, just let them know that they're not alone, that you're with them and you're praying for them. And that's just what I wanted to say tonight. Thank you all for watching, and just keep praying for all those foster families and all those foster children and the caseworkers and the resource workers. Thank you so much.